Sadly here, I don't think I can do anything about it, but I didn't like that audio, I didn't like that video, because how I sounded and how it looked. I have 2 teeth missing because of upcoming jaw surgery, so I'm just not going to sound good at all in this video. But I have a trick up my sleeve. I used my own set of audio during this trip to hopefully that's my style. And this trip I went up to Duluth up north and got some nice videos and photos. So I'll stop talking so you don't have to hear this mess anymore. The trick up my sleeve was that I used a cassette player to record on site, and it's also a good excuse for terrible audio quality.
This is Invalid Film, and I am going on a trip up north to get some photography done. I will be using this cassette to record my observations and then later use it in my YouTube video I plan to make. Hopefully it doesn't suck. I just showed up at Grand Portage, and I already got a text saying welcome to Canada. Just talked to a nice some elderly folk, and we were able to talk about my Pentax and why we prefer to shoot film over digital, and I can get into that later for a while. But I'm gonna watch this waterfall. I can hear it from here. Falls right now, it's a possibility you could hear it, or I'm talking really loud. I'm hoping I'm not peeking the mic. But I took a couple photos, you'll see that. And there's this couple there that just constantly takes selfies right in the prime spot. They've been there for like a solid 5 minutes. But yeah, I can see Canada from here. Hi, Callan. I hope you're doing well. For my first photos so far, I think they're excellent looking. I'm really looking forward to the development and through Portra 160. And I really have to thank an old friend for this wide lens. Holy crap, it does magic.
I love this photo, how the sun hits on it, and how you can see the foreground, the background, everything looks nice, except the only thing that sucks is the rocks that grab your eyes first aren't in focus. But this is a new learning experience for me, and I learned, even when you have film, even though you do slow down, maybe take it a little slower.
At Grand Portage State Park, I'm gonna start heading to my campsite and take any good photos that I think along the way. I noticed for some of my shots I actually hold my breath because I don't want it to be shaky, I want it to be sharp. You know, just like snipers in video games. That's where I learned it from. I was thinking to myself, I swear this road used to be dirt. And then all of a sudden, boom, it turns into dirt. It was pavement. I just achieved the world's saddest 10 setup. To get dark and then do some experiments with astrophotography. Well, I'm hoping it's clear by then. It's a little misty, assuming by the Canadian fires.
And here, this is part of the video where I try to keep myself together while trying to do astrophotography, so you'll see me slowly talk to myself forever. This was originally a 2-minute clip, but I am shortening it down.
All of a sudden, really, really quiet where I can't hear anything, like the birds stop chirping, I'm gonna assume that there's an apex predator nearby, or it's a Wendigo. And I'm 2 hours away from any town, any hospital, any restaurant, food, you know. I'm mainly worried about hospitals. There's no lights. It's dark, quiet. I can hear my own heartbeat.
And here's the part where I confess my love for my cassette tape.
Point is, it's deathly quiet. I'm pretty sure there's a Wendigo somewhere and I'm getting stalked. Who knows? See, I'm alone with my thoughts right now, so that's usually very scary. And that's why I'm gonna start calling this box here. I can't think. See, I'm going insane already. I'm calling it My Sanity. Because it's the only thing I can talk to, and it talks back. And it's a little broken sanity. My sanity is gonna break tonight.
Alright, I only was able to take 2 photos with my Pentax and SLR680. Now, I'll let you decide if my sanity draining was worth the photos. I don't think this one was that worth it. I think the moon blew it out a little bit. Shows it in the Polaroid too. This one is a lot better.
Alright, I pulled alongside the road now, and I'm gonna walk along the beach a little bit. Probably not find any agates, because there's a lot of people here. There's some abandoned buildings a little bit down the beach. Small, but it's very visible still though. It's actually exactly 5 miles away from Grand Marais. Well, I'm in Grand Marais, and it just started raining, so I'm just sitting in my car right now, and I have to find some place with soup. I really want soup.
Thankfully, I was able to find my soup. I had some chili that night. For the rest of these photos are basically just the lighthouse, and I also introduced Lomochrome in my point and shoot. On my way out of leaving Grand Marais, I got a night street portrait of a cool looking guy.
I found myself at Cascade River, right after it rained, so it's a little wet. Well, right on the edge next to the waterfall, this definitely isn't scary as hell. When the sun is setting like this, you always see so many picturesque things, you know. I still got a long way to go on this trail. And I'm hoping I'm not missing any camera that I'd like to use, because I only brought 2.
It turns out when I was talking in the cassette for not the rest of the tape, but for this time, I wasn't close enough, so I could barely be heard. So I'm going to be talking here. Basically, I talked about how difficult the trail was, but I got to the top, the mountain trailhead, and holy crap, it was worth it. One thing that I definitely noticed about the Lomochrome purple is that pine trees don't really turn purple, it's more of like a bluish tone.
I can see why it's called Mountain Overlook. Oh my gosh. Lake Superior over there.
as beautiful and well worth it it was. I was still catching my breath while I was still up.
Holy sh! Beautiful though.
I'd eventually go back down because the sun was setting. I did not want the dark to catch me. This is the point of the trip where I stopped using the cassette player because I didn't really have the motivation to carry it around. And so you're probably going to get a lot of photos out of this because I don't really like how I sound with my two teeth missing. There's not much for me to say because all I did was the hiking club trail here at Temperance River and I took some photos. So I hope you enjoy these photos. Now this is where Baja Blast is made. I like how this dead fallen tree pops out so much because it has no green on it. When I first saw this image, I thought someone was standing there, but if we take a closer look, you can actually see it's perfectly lined up rocks that show it perfectly. Not intended. Alright, we're getting near the end of the video. This is my final location of, well, just for this video. I'm cutting off here. The rest of the photos and adventure will be in October, and hopefully I'll be able to record that and get some other good photos. I will post that whenever I want. I think this is where I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna have to say thank you, and I appreciate anyone that's watching. This is where I'm just wrapping it up for now. I still have more photos to share, but I would like to finish my trip some other time when I get it all down. So, I appreciate it. Thank you.